In this session, we will review the process involved in enrolling new users to use the LiteScape Secure Profile Management solution. SPM is an identity management solution that enables users to securely log into IP phones with multiple factors of authentication using authentication and identification devices such as the device you see here in the image. In order for a user to enroll into SPM and be able to use the product from an IP device, they would have to first exist in the underlying PBX. So here we've logged in to Cisco Call Manager 7 administrative interface through the web, and we've created a user called John Feldman with the user ID being J Feldman, and we've associated this user to a specific set of profiles. This is coordinate 20345 as a name of a device profile that has been created, and this user has been associated with that profile. Here's the profile that's been created to which this user has been associated. Once the user is created and the profile association has already occurred, an enrollment officer can log into the SPM VOIP administrative interface. Once logged in, can go to the user management interface portion of this product. As you can see under user management, the administrator can create new users, modify existing users, delete them, or search for existing users. We've already created a user called John Feldman into the SPM database. This user has account type user, a preferred or home PBX is determined, information about the user is determined, their organization and departmental association, and then finally the devices at which this user is authorized to log in are specified, in addition to timeout settings relevant to how long can the user can stay logged on before the system automatically logs the user off. Now this user needs to enroll into the SPM product. In order to do that, multiple modes of identification need to be acquired from the user. The administrator knows where the user needs to be for this enrollment. It would be the phone with the IP and extension that is specified as part of the authorized phone section of this user's SPM profile. So the administrator asks the user to go to that specific phone as specified in the authorized phone section, and the end user would then go to that specific phone with the various modes of identification that are available to them. In this case, this user is going to enroll using biometrics and magnetic card authentication identification. So the administrator is going to let the user know that they need to be at that phone. Once the user is ready, the administrator clicks on enrollment information and selects the type of the type of identification that is to be used in this case. First, the user will identify themselves using magnetic card identification. The administrator selects the device at which this provisioning will occur. A message notification is sent to the administrator that can be shared with the user in terms of the IP address and MAC address as a double check. Once the administrator agrees to that info, the system is ready to acquire the info. On the IP phone, the user is instructed to swipe their magnetic card on the SPAR, on the device that's attached to the phone. User uses a magnetic card, swipes once, gets a message on the phone asking to swipe again for a second time. Once they swipe again, the administrator will see a message on the administrative interface that the information has been successfully received, and the user gets the same exact message on the phone. Provisioning is complete. The administrator saves this information. If a user tries to log in or enroll with somebody else's card, this is the type of event that's going to occur on the SPM web admin. So in this case, the administrator asks the user to enroll, and so therefore the user gets a message on the phone asking to start swiping their card. The user, by accident or as a result of a security breach, uses somebody else's card. This card, as an example, has already been provisioned by another user. So the user swipes the card, gets asked to swipe again, and the administrator gets the message saying that the information was received successfully and tries to save this information for this user by pushing the save button. And an error message informs the administrator that could not submit the current information because a user has already provisioned, has already enrolled with the card that was used at this time. The next step in the enrollment process is biometrics enrollment, where the user is asked to swipe their index finger at the terminal to enroll into the product using biometrics. The administrator selects the user, selects the enroll biometrics information, selects the device where the enrollment will occur, and instructs the user to follow the messages on the screen. First message is to have the user swipe their finger. And after 4 times, the information is then transmitted to the server for storage. Enrollment completed successfully. The administrator presses OK, informs the user of the same, presses the save button, and now this user has both a biometrics and magnetic card profile available for them to use at their IP phone, at that IP phone. That concludes the process of enrolling a user into the SPM product.